Hey guys, I'm back again. This is Kong. I got a chance to watch a foreign movie called My Way. I actually don't know who the directors or the actors. The movie is My Way. You guys can check it out on Netflix, check on IMDb, whatever. It's on the net. You guys can check that out. If you want more information, just leave a comment now and I'll tell you what it is. Okay. Anyways, I'm gonna start off with the premise of the stories. It basically is about these two little guys. It basically started when they were little, and one guy is Korean and the other guy is Japanese. And the competition really started about when they were little. They're probably like 10 years old. So when they met each other, they were saying that they were better than the other. They can run faster than each other, and that's really important because this being faster and being ahead of the other guy was very important in the movie, and it plays out throughout the movies anyways. So there isn't a good or bad guys, and there's I guess it is sort of, he's more like a bad guy turning good, but I'll get to that part. So there's a rivalry between these two guys. So that as this take place in 1940s, prior to World War II, then when we basically follow these guys through their elementary school, high school, and then college, and you see that they're always constantly competing against each other, trying to outdo the other guy who's running faster. And that was the theme of the movie, was these two guys were always fighting against each other, running against each other, want to be better than the other guys. And that's just important because that plays into our human competition, our strive to be better than the other guy. You know, that's kind of realistic because that's what capitalism is about, is to be better than the other business. Anyway, so at the very beginning, I guess at the like about a quarter into the movie, where the good guy, Jin, I think Kim Jin, I think it was Kim. Anyway, the good guy, he got arrested because he was Korean. He got arrested, and then the judge ordered all the Korean to be implemented into the Japanese militaries. So they were sent off. They were forced by the Japanese government to be Japanese soldiers. So then he go into the good guy goes through a transformation of being Japanese soldiers. Then about 10 minutes later into the movies, he then this rival guy that he hate and doesn't like is his superior, and then they kind of have that battles and that sort of things. And the bad guy is like, he's like a dictator. He telling them to do this, and he was really bad. He was just mean. So they fight against each other and they have argue, and then this is when Japanese is at war against, you know, the Allies, against the Russians, against, you know, the Allies basically. So then they fight, and then the Japanese that was fighting at the post had lost, and then the Russian had taken them into their infantry, and then for those Japanese to be personal soldiers for the Russians. Then the Russian was fighting against the Germans, and then they were pretty much was forced into fight the war they were not meant to fight. Basically, like what the Japanese did to the Koreans, and the Korean and the Japanese were forced to fight against the axis of evil. That's what they call it. The Russian was allies, but they forced the Japanese was our enemies to fight against these the Germans, the Nazis. And it was kind of interesting to see that because, you know, most of the war always shows the American and the Nazis. You know, they never show, you know, what is in between. You know, what happened between those the life that was forced to fight against others, against the wills. And I thought that was interesting. because we don't see that every day. You know, you don't see the unique story, the important story. That's the thing that we don't see, the thing that got filtered out by the movies, you know. And this movie is very like Saving Private Ryan in a way, like Saving Private Ryan, you know, the explosion, the guts, and the sound, and the bullets, and everything really visceral. Like you were actually at war, and bullet was flying. You know, you're like crouching, you're running, that sort of thing. I thought that really sold me. Another thing was the bond between the goods and the bad guy. They come together and they realize that, you know, all this rivalry was what made them, you know, they brought them together, but at first kind of tear them apart, but as the war goes through them and tears them apart, they actually come back and begin to love each other. And that was really important in the movie, because these two are essentially brothers, and they come together and they believe that, you know, this competition is more than just competitors. It's about encouraging each other to do better, to have a partner, to have a camaraderie. And I thought that was really important in this movie. The good thing I like about this movie was that it showed the other side of the ally. You know, it showed the axis of evil. You know, how the Germans, the Japanese were, you know, they were just oppressors, and how they put people down. But there was also the other side, you know, like the Korean was forced into the fight. You know, I like that. I like the cinematography, the color. It was very Saving Private Ryan. Like, yeah, those are the things I like. The thing I didn't like was it was just too long. I didn't like that. It was just like, can you guys just compact this small, make it smaller, more compressed? So, but Saving Private Ryan wasn't short. It was long too. So like, yeah, you know, whatever. This is good. So that's what I think. But the thing that I took away from this movie was that, one, war is horrible. It's never good for anybody, basically. And two is that we don't love each other enough. That's the thing. And then the three is that you know, not that movies are so close-minded. I wish there was more movie that would show all the spectrum, all of the point of view from the good side and the bad guy, so we get to see from the different point of view. And I wish more people would do that. Now, how many bananas would I give this? I actually would give this a 3.5 out of 5 actually. 3.5 out of 5. So I would definitely recommend watching My Way. It's definitely worth your time and effort. Check it out again. Please leave a message, subscribe. Thanks guys. Peace.